What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. If you're looking at this video title, and if by the odd chance the deal actually went through, somebody's coming to look at my truck, and we gotta get this thing cleaned up. Even if it doesn't sell, she's pretty dirty. First things first, I'm gonna take out all of my stuff before I forget, which is actually quite a bit. Well, she's all cleaned up and looking really good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now this may just be the last drive in this truck. You guys know I was looking for a truck for a long time, and my end goal was always to get a van, and I have my eyes on one that if this deal goes good today, I don't want to say anything too much yet, but we'll see. This couple's coming from an hour away to look at the truck, so they're obviously pretty serious about it if they're willing to take the time out of the middle of their day to come check it out. And we're gonna meet with this couple and see what happens. Well, you guys, this is it. Last ride in the truck. Other than the starter, it's been a good truck to me, and I'm kind of sad to see it go because I forgot how hard it was to find this truck in the first place. And it is really clean for the year and the fact that it's been an Ohio truck and lived up in the Rust Belt for all these years. So I am gonna be sad to see it go, but I'll talk more about my plans for my next vehicle here later in the video. I've had a hard time selling this truck. I've had it for sale ever since I bought it, like 3-4 months ago. And there's been several people interested in it. I got stood up one time. I almost traded it for a brand new Can-Am four-wheeler this past week, but I'd rather have the cash, and that guy ended up not being a Ford fan, so that didn't work out. But I've only put about 2,000 miles on this truck, and it should last this guy quite some time. But these Triton engines are known for their spark plug issues. I have the 3-valve in this truck, so what happens in this truck is they get stuck in there. It's a 2-piece design on the spark plug, and with the 2 different types of metal, they actually pretty much weld themselves to the head, and a tool actually had to be developed to extract the spark plugs because so many were breaking off. So after swapping in a different spark plug, you shouldn't have too many issues, especially if you use some anti-seize when you're installing them, and I'd probably just change them out a little bit more than what the factory recommends. I've watched several videos on how to extract them, and I'd be willing to tackle the job myself, so it's not that big a deal. But these trucks are really particular in what oil you run. I was really weirded out at first. They recommend 5W20. Over the years, a lot of people have determined that 5W30 is better for it, so that's what I put in the last oil change. But like I said, when I bought this truck, I've seen these Triton engines go over 300, 400, and plus 1,000 miles with no issues. So it's just one of those things. All engines have their downfalls in some way. You really just got to keep up with the maintenance, as with anything. Fresh fluids, filter changes, and you should be good. But I'll let you guys know what happens. Although I am sad to see it go, I'm excited to get rid of it and move on to something else. I was worried for a long time there. Nobody was wanting this thing, and it's weird because it's a super clean truck, especially for the area that I live in. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys in the loop. What's going on, you guys? We're back out here in the Focus. Jeff Gordon herself is driving. Oh man, it felt like we were just doing this not too long ago.
Sure did. Didn't last very long, did it?
Nope, couldn't be happy with what I had, so we had to sell it, and now we're on the hunt for something else.
I have a question for you. Will you ever be happy with the vehicle you have?
Probably not. I was happy with the Jeep when it was working. Yeah, I mean, I don't like vehicles.
Yeah. Which Jeep are you talking about?
The Cherokee.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Cherokee. The Cherokee's special.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean your ZJ.
Oh. I liked the ZJ. I did. Because it cost me $2,000 and it did pretty damn good. Yeah. So everything went well with the F-150 deal. The check ended up going through because it was through the same bank as mine, so they were able to tell right away. Good with that.
he didn't haggle me at all, so I got full asking price. I'm happy about that. So with all the work that we put into it, we still made out well, and it was still a really good truck. So I hope it does well for him. But yeah, guys, I've just always, you know, bought and sold stuff, and I don't want to say not ever been happy with the vehicle, but I just don't like keeping things for a long time, I'll put it that way. So maybe we'll have this one a little bit longer, or maybe we won't get it, because you guys remember last time I kept saying we're gonna get something, but everything is rusted out here in Ohio. She says there's no rust on it. We'll see. What do you think?
That she knows of.
Yeah, she says there's no rust that she knows of, so I'm sure there's some underneath, but as long as the body's all right, we're just gonna get it. As you guys know, I really wanted to do the Sprinter van build, and I was gonna head south and go on this big journey and find one, and we still might do that, but we'll see what happens with this vehicle. That's all I'm gonna say. What do you think?
I want to know what it is. I feel like if I'm driving to go get this, I should know what it is.
I told her to take some guesses.
I've been guessing for like 3 hours. No lie. I've been given no hints, nothing.
So what's your top guess on what it is?
I have literally no idea.
You gotta give one, like, if you could guess
My
any...
top pick would be a minivan because I'm so confused right now.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe not a minivan. Maybe like, I don't want to say a full-size van because that's what you're like looking for.
Right.
And I don't think you have looked at all the ones in Ohio, so I don't think that would be it. I don't see why it would be another truck unless it's a 4-wheel drive truck, because you keep saying it's good for winter. But I don't know what truck you're gonna find for good price that's 4-wheel drive and not rusted out. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Then you keep talking about horsepower, so I have no idea if it's like some sports car. So I'm so confused.
She's got some ponies, I'll tell you that.
Oh God. Okay. I have no idea. I guessed a Mustang. I guessed that earlier.
Yeah, it's great in the winter.
Well, I guessed an Audi.
Nope. Well, we'll leave her guessing, because as soon as we pull up, she's gonna see it. But I'll take you guys along with us. I don't want to get too excited, because I got really excited last night because I went and looked at a different one this morning that ended up being a rust bucket. Pretty bummed on that, but she seems to think that this one is clean. It's the one. She's got a, you know, not a high price, but she's asking a little bit for it, so hopefully it's the one, and hopefully you guys get to see it. So come along with us. I'll show you guys regardless, and hopefully we make out good.
I'm excited.
So this is who's selling it. What do you think about that?
A minivan.
What? Look how happy she is.
Is it a hatchback? Is it a Subaru hatchback?
You think someone's that happy driving a minivan?
Some people are. Some people love their minivans.
Alright, so I'm going to read her the description. Low mileage. 152,000 miles.
Dang, that's less than me.
The vehicle is in very good condition, cosmetically and mechanically. I've replaced the AC compressor, so it's now very cold. Completed transmission flush to make it a smoother ride, and changed the oil and filter. It's got a clean title. The only part of it that needs to be repaired is blank.
You're not gonna tell me what, the whole engine?
That's the light on the dash.
Oh my God, check engine lights on.
I'm selling this just so I can get more of a practical car, as I don't need this large of a vehicle.
Oh my God, what the hell? What? I'm so confused.
See, this is why you don't buy Ohio trucks right here. We got a fairly new Silverado dually Duramax diesel, and it's rotted out already. Get up there a little bit. Actually, that's North Carolina. How about that for a description?
I'm even more confused. I mean, so I know it's a larger vehicle.
You think?
I mean, yeah.
Why?
Because she said I don't need this big of a vehicle. I don't think like a small car she's gonna consider a big.
But that's like you calling the Lincoln big.
Oh my God, is it a Lincoln? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
Is it something like that?
You'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
We are pulling up right now.
Do I see it? Is it any of these cars? There's 3 of these cars. Is it the Chevy? It's gotta be. Is it the Honda CRV? Is it the minivan? Why is there 3 cars in the driveway? I don't know which one it is. I don't think you really want another truck. I'm guessing the CRV.
We're looking at the van.
Oh my god, I guessed it! You're getting a minivan?
Yeah, bro. Found it. Isn't it great? How do you feel? That's the box magnet right there.
What? Are you for real?
Yeah. You excited for me? Let's check it out.
Why though?
Give me a
Are
knuckles.
those even good in the winter?
Give me knuckles.
I feel like they're not good in the winter.
Give me some knucks. Let's go check this beast out.
No, the roller should be on there. Because it'll lock in place right there so it doesn't close on anybody accidentally.
Gotcha. I'm sure it can be fixed. I just really want one for a project.
The only benefit is that this is on the road side, so it's not as...
Alright. The hatch work?
Yeah, in the back.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've done my best to clean it out, but I mean there's any stains because I bought this used.
How many miles did it have on it when you bought it?
150 and no, 152.
Okay, you haven't really driven it then.
No. I took it for a short road trip up to Michigan just to make sure everything was working fine.
Everything good?
Yeah. When I got it, the AC wasn't working, so I replaced the compressor, got recharged, did brakes, so all the rotors, the back two calipers, and then all the pads
Sweet.
are new. But if you want to take it for a test drive, mind if I go with you?
No, please do. Yeah.
Only other thing is that it's missing, I think, like 2 pins in the skid plate underneath the front. And that's that rattling.
Gotcha.
Well, guys, it's a minivan.
Woo! Yeah.
No, I was like dying when we pulled up, but I think it's a good idea. I do. I think it's a good idea. I think it's practical for the price, and why not? Comfortable, like you said. So many different, I mean, yeah, easy to resell.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not the one. I think I'm going to go get the one that I looked at this morning. The dude had all the maintenance schedule, like everything that he's ever done to it. Recent timing belt, too. That was a big thing. And this guy has no clue. He didn't even put 1,000 miles on the thing. He never went anywhere with it. He built it up to travel like I wanted to, but he never made it out of the driveway. So I don't want something like that. Plus, he was asking over $1,500 more than the one I looked at this morning. But the one I looked at this morning just had a little bit of rust. But you know what? I plan on selling it anyways, and I'm not going to get too picky with it, even though it's going to bother me. But
Minivan gang.
yeah, buddy. The box magnet.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, long story short, that's what I'm looking for right now. Hopefully we find one. Like I said, that guy's just, it wasn't for me. The transmission felt a little off. He said he flushed it too, and I was kind of wondering why he flushed it, but then his friend just said those are, you know, those can have some transmission issues, which those are the perfect year because it shares the same transmission as the Ridgeline. But I don't want to mess with that one. He's asking too much. He wouldn't work with me at all on price. So we're going to go ahead and get the other one, maybe. Or if we can find another one, we'll go with that. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.